The system operator must have an organized approach to the general care of crops that will be produced. The following steps of crop care must be deliberately planned. Seedling management. Start seedlings timely to optimize production. Always have 30% more seedlings to account for losses in the growth stage. Nursery management. This speaks to the care of your seedlings during the growth stage. It focuses on watering, lighting, pest management, and hardening seedlings for transfer into the grow-out stage. Both seedling and nursery management may be outside of an aquaponics setup to widen the range of options for the care of crops. Preparing grow bed for transplant. Simplified, the stages are cleaning and leveling gravel in the beds for even growth of crops. Spacing the crops for optimal production. This can be from 4 to 12 inches depending on selected crops. Ensure the bed flooding and draining cycles properly. Transplanting in the system. Do not transplant seedlings into the grow beds for the first 14 days after the fish are stocked. In a new system which has been in operation, nutrients from the fish need time to build up so the plants are not deficient. Transplanting in an aquaponics system, crops must be handled delicately while rinsing off excess compost mixture from the root, digging the gravel hole and placing the plant at the desired space. Nutrient application. Aquaponics systems produce large amounts of nitrogen but limited amounts of potassium, iron and calcium. These are best added by foliar application as natural additives. Disease prevention and control. Only approved organic pesticides should be tested and added with an aquaponic setup to avoid risk to the fish's safety. Natural pest control methods can also be used, such as planting chive or mint along with your crops. These plants will drive away unwanted bugs and pests. System maintenance and management. The number one factor in maintaining a healthy system is a structured and disciplined management approach. One should develop and implement good husbandry routines around the entire system. Daily routine. Check the water level in the tank and the media bed. Examine water clarity. Examine fish for erratic behavior. Look at the fish and feed them according to size and biomass. Look for and remove dead fish while making a record of it. Check for leaks or structural damage. Scout plants for pests and nutrient deficiency. Remove dead and diseased foliage. Examine flow rate and check for blockages or reduced flow. Check for solids in the system and uneaten feed. Remove by siphon. Check pH and adjust over a 24-hour period if necessary. Ensure general cleanliness of surroundings. Weekly routine. Check water pump and plumbing exits for buildup of solids and algae overgrowth. Clean nozzles. Add iron once weekly and potassium. Foliar application once or twice weekly. Observe dissolved oxygen level by watching fish movement and behavior. Look for piping on the water surface. Piping is when the fish in your system are gasping for air on the surface of the water. Monthly routine. Check for and remove algae or bacteria buildup in pipes. Weigh fish and recalculate feeding rate fortnightly. Service and clean solar panels. Check wire connections for corrosion. Emergencies to expect. Be aware and take steps to resolve the following potential issues. Water loss. Find and stop leaks and replenish water. Power failure. Expect that the pump will stop and that you should not feed fish. Agitate water manually and water the media bed with fish water. Record keeping. This is an extremely important factor in operating aquaponics system for food safety and security or for commercial activity. Record keeping is vital to assessing the feasibility of the operation and also to make improvements based on observations and data. The following list has some of the important information that should be recorded when operating an aquaponics system. The list may be extended based on operator's preference. Number of fish stocked. Date of stocking. Types of plants grown. water quality result, mortality rate, rate of feeding, crop activity lab such as date of applied pesticides, rates of application, etc., production and sale record. Harvesting should occur during the early morning hours before 9 a.m. This will ensure that the plants are not stressed by heat. Wash hands thoroughly with soap and water. Use sterilized cutlery that is very sharp to reduce damage to produce. Place the harvested and cleaned produce on the disinfected surface area. Remove any bruised or discolored produce or leaves that show signs of insect damage. Remove any insects or worms that might be present. Inspect and rinse the produce in cold water. After rinsing, immediately immerse in a prepared ice bath. The ice bath is prepared with a half bucket of ice in a sink filled with water. Dry the produce and store in a container at a temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. When harvesting fish, place gently in an ice bath until the fish expire, and then immediately process and deliver. Eat better, grow better, earn better.